Judges chapter 16. Two verses. Judges chapter 16, verses 4 and verses 5. It says, sometime after this, in the Sorek Valley, Samson fell in love with a woman whose name was Delilah. The rulers of the Philistines confronted her and said to her, seduce him and find out what gives him such great strength and what we can do to overpower him so that we can tie him up and make him weak. Then we'll each pay you 1,100 pieces of silver. This morning, with your prayers and by the enabling power of the Holy Spirit, I want to speak from this topic. Don't dismiss Delilah. I feel preaching already. Don't, whatever you do, don't dismiss Delilah. Say Delilah. That name means literally to languish. It means to weaken. It suggests that Delilah's spirit is one that can bring strength to weakness. You didn't hear what I just said? Delilah don't make you weak and then strong. Delilah, when you get around Delilah, say Delilah. When you encounter that spirit, you go from strong to weak. Did y'all see that in the text? Yeah, and I want you to understand, we probably, if you've been around church, I haven't preached this particular text in probably 20 plus years, so it's been a long time since I've addressed this text. But if you know anything about church, you've been in church for any kind of amount of time, you've heard the story of Samson and Delilah. And so this morning, what I want you to really understand is not to focus on Delilah as a woman, but focus on Delilah as a spirit. Oh, yeah, because see, if you focus on Delilah as a woman, you're going to be a woman hater. And you're going to think God got issues with women. But you got to understand the Bible. The Bible is always trying to teach us greater truths. Can you say amen to that? So the focus is not on the woman. The focus is on the spirit. And Delilah is a spirit. And that Delilah spirit operates in both male and female. But if you know anything about this, we have been taught, perhaps wrongly, that Samson's strength came from his hair. He was a Nazarite, the Bible says, from birth. And if just being a Nazarite gave you strength, then Samuel, who was a Nazarite, would have had great strength. But Samuel did not have great physical strength because he took the Nazarite vow, which literally means a vow to be obedient to God. Samuel had other gifts, and then John the Baptist. We don't know him as a man of great physical strength. He was a Nazarite. Please hear me now. But his strength was not physical. It's something else. See, obedience to God will bring you certain strengths, and I don't know what those strengths may be, but it is going to be some kind of strength. Say strength. That when I'm obedient to God, I am strong. Y'all not going to say amen. Which means if I'm disobedient to God, I'm going to be weak. Y'all not seeing this. And so Samson is not about his hair, it's about his obedience. Can you say amen? And Delilah is not about her being a woman, it's a spirit, and it's about her ability to make you be disobedient. That's why I tag this text, don't dismiss Delilah. I'm going to tell you some things about the Delilah spirit. The first thing I'm going to tell you about the Delilah spirit, it's a spirit that researches. Say research. Oh my God. Delilah will research you.
That's right.
Delilah will study you. Delilah knows all about you. Y'all not saying amen. Look at somebody say Delilah is cold. Yeah, that spirit. You think you know you? You didn't hear what I just said. You've never understood spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is about studying you. And one thing about spiritual warfare, I want you to watch this. Watch this in 1 Peter. I think that's what we're going to look at, 5 and 8. You've heard this verse before, but I want you to pay attention to something. 1 Peter 5 and 8 says, be clear-headed. Keep alert. Your accuser, the devil, is on the prowl like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Look at somebody say, as a lion. Okay, I studied this out, so you don't want to play with me. I've already did my study. I did my research. Y'all not gonna say amen. I want you to understand this spirit will research you. Listen, because lions are researchers. Okay, lions study their prey. And I want you to grab a hold of this. Lions understand just like the devil understands, just like the Delilah spirit understands, that the weakest point to get to the prey is when they going through something. Okay, y'all not gonna say. Lions rarely strike in the daytime. Okay, y'all not seeing this. Most attacks by the lion are made at night. And you say, how are they so gifted at night? I'm glad you asked, because at night they see 6 times better than you can see. You didn't hear what I just said. They don't smell all that well. They don't hear all that well, but they see. Y'all not seeing this. And the Bible says that Delilah spirit is a lion spirit. Okay, you're saying, well, how is it that she took advantage of Samson? Samson was at a dark time in his life. Okay, I wish you understood the story of Samson. Samson is, listen, watch this. He's on the heel of a failed marriage. No, Delilah meets Samson on the heel of a failed marriage. Watch this. Not just any failed marriage. I know it's dark in this brother's life, because it's one thing to lose your gal. It's another thing to lose your gal to your best friend. Y'all not seeing this. Okay, y'all. Look at somebody say, that's dark to me. I ain't gonna even lie, Pastor. You are being honest that, I don't want to lose my gal. But if I lose her, I sure don't want to lose her. So it's a failed marriage. Watch this. And now he goes from a failed marriage, watch this, not to Delilah, but to a prostitute. Okay. And Delilah, that spirit, is researching Samson, and he don't even know it. That spirit knows that he done been through one thing, and now he done jumped into another. Y'all not seeing this. Isn't it interesting the decisions you make when you're going through something? Isn't it interesting the series of decisions that you make when it's a nighttime in your life? Wouldn't it be better when you can see more clearly? He says, be clear-headed. Wouldn't it be better if you could keep alert? He says, keep alert. But when it's dark in your life, it's hard to see right. So he leaves a marriage and, oh my God, and gets some from a prostitute. Okay, it's got quiet in here. You better be careful jumping from one relationship. Okay, y'all not going to say, Pastor, how much time? I'm not trying to give you a time, but just make sure that when you move from one thing to the next, you're not moving in the night. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all don't want to see this. He's like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Can we unpack this story for just a minute? Let's look at it in Judges, because they don't believe me. And listen, so Delilah said to Samson, please tell me what gives you such great strength and how you can be tied up and made weak. I want you to grab how cold the devil is. Remember that the assignment, I want you to understand, see, the devil don't deviate.
That's right.
They told Delilah exactly this. They said, I need you to find out where the strength come from. I need you to find out how he can be tied up. And then, oh my God, and then I need you to find out and made weak. And this is what she says to him. And look at this fool. Look at Samson. Samson replied to her, if someone ties me up with 7 fresh bowstrings that aren't dried out, I'll become weak. And I'll be like any other person. I want you to stop right there. Please hear me now. What makes you strong, please hear me, is your obedience. Say obedience. And he's already toying with disobedience. But because he has toyed with disobedience over so many other times, he's falling for the trick that I can just keep doing what I always been doing and everything going. Y'all not sick. Can I go to my next verse? So the rulers of the Philistines, watch this, brought her 7 fresh bowstrings that were not dried out, and she tied him up with them. While an ambush was waiting for her signal in an inner room, she called out to him, Samson, the Philistines are on you. And he snapped the bowstrings like a thread of fiber snaps when it touches a flame. So the secret of his strength remained unknown. You're not seeing this. Next verse. Then, say then. Delilah said to Samson, I want you to see how the Delilah spirit operates. Please hear me now. It's researching him. He says, watch this. You made a fool out of me. You lied to me. Now, please tell me how you can really be tied up. He replied to her, if someone ties me up with new ropes that haven't been used for work, I'll become weak. I'll be like any other person. Next verse. So Delilah took new ropes and tied him up with them. I want you to watch this. Initially, y'all not seeing this, she lets the army come in. But now she testing him out her own self. She ties him up. Samson, the Philistines are on you, she calls out once again. An ambush was waiting in an inner room, yet he snapped them from his arms like a thread. That's how the devil play us. He make us think we can just keep doing and keep creeping and keep sneaking and keep cutting corners. And ain't nothing happened to me that time. And ain't nothing happened to me that time. And ain't nothing happened to me that. Y'all not seeing this. But while you're doing all that, he is researching you. He's realizing your mentality. He's realizing the temperament you have. He realizes your tics and y'all not seeing this. The very next verse, verse 13, and Delilah said to Samson, up to now, you've made a fool out of me and lied to me. Tell me how you can be tied up. He responded to her, if you weave the 7 braids of my hair, we're getting close now, into the fabric on a loom and pull it tight with a pin, then I'll become weak. I'll be like any other person. So she got him to fall asleep. Wove the 7 braids of his hair to the fabric on a loom, pulled it tight with a pin. Then she called out to him, Samson, the Philistines are on you. He woke up from his sleep, pull loose the pin, the loom, and the fabric. Watch this. Delilah said to him, how can you say, there it is. How can you say? See, Samson think he playing Delilah. Just like we feel like we toying with that Delilah spirit, but that Delilah spirit is researching us out, and Delilah has waited for her trump card. Never before has she brought up his love. Y'all not seeing this. But now she says, how can you say I love you when you don't even trust me? 3 times now you made a fool out of me and not told me what gives you such great strength. She nagged him with her words. Day after day. I want you to follow the story. Initially, she hits him with stuff. He responds, but now on this love thing, she realizes, I'm really not going to pay no attention to what he got to say. I'm just going to nag him with my words day after day and begged him until he became worn out to the point of death. So he told her his whole secret. He said to her, watch this, no razor has ever touched my head because I've been a Nazarite for God from the time I was born. Say Nazarite. Really, that spirit is about being, see, we need a Nazarite spirit in the body of Christ that's not about cutting hair, that's not about I ain't gonna never drink no wine. It's about being obedient to God. Watch this. He says, if my head is shaved, my strength will leave me, and I'll become weak, and I'll be like every other person. Stop right there. Now, that last part, he said that every single time. But it's something about being researched when that Delilah spirit know I got it. Next verse. I don't want to go to this. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. I know they're saying, no, you didn't want me to go to that verse. You're right. Do exactly what I said. Say researched. Because I don't want to give up my thing. The devil don't just research you. I want you to understand this. This is why he researches you. He researches you so he can reveal some stuff. Say reveal. I mean that the devil wants to expose you. Okay, the Delilah spirit, who is that? Alicia Keys says, my secrets are safe. Your secrets are safe with me. Not Delilah. See, the reason, y'all not seeing this, the reason that the church don't have no power is not just because of our disobedience. It's because not have we just disobeyed God, but the devil has embarrassed us by revealing. And that's what the church hates, because that's a Delilah spirit. We should hate it, but I just want to tell you, when you get out there, you're going to possibly get revealed. You're going to possibly be able, being caught with your pants down. Look at somebody say revealed. That's a Delilah spirit. Let's look at it. Genesis 9. Genesis 9. Say revealed. Yeah, I want you to understand. What are we teaching on today? We're saying don't dismiss Delilah. We're dissecting the Delilah spirit. Because if I can help you understand the Delilah spirit, I can help get you back on track in life. The main reason many of us are off track is because we've let the Delilah spirit take advantage of us. Now listen, I am not preaching this morning that the Delilah spirit is going to go away, because the text says no weapon formed against me can prosper, but it doesn't say ain't no weapons going to be formed. We can't kill Delilah. That's why I don't want to dismiss Delilah. Y'all not going to say amen, but if you understand that spirit, I can get you on the right track. Genesis 9:20, verses 20 through 25. Genesis 9, Noah, a farmer. Y'all know Noah, don't you? Made a new start. This is after the 40 days and 40 night flood. He makes a new start, and he plants a vineyard. He drank some of the wine, almost like all of it. He drank some of the wine. He became drunk and took off his clothes in his tent. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Somebody grabbed it. Where did he take off the clothes? In his tent. Ham, Canaan's father, saw his father, that would be Noah, naked, and told his two brothers who were outside. Stop right there. That Delilah spirit want to tell on you. No. That's what's so cold about it. That Delilah spirit wants to embarrass you. That's why you got to be careful with your decisions, because you're not going to be able to keep the decision in the dark, because Delilah wants you to, that spirit wants it revealed. Say reveal. Next verse, watch this. It says, Shem and Japheth, however, took a robe, threw it over their shoulders.
Hey, come on now, Pastor.
Walked backward. Okay, you're not seeing. I want you to understand the difference between God working with you and the devil working with you. God never wants to embarrass you. So the Spirit of God says, you done messed up. I caught you with your pants down. Watch this. But I don't, oh my God, I'm not trying to look on that. Watch it. I'm going to cover myself and walk backwards. And there it is. And covered their naked father without looking at him, because they turned away. I want you to grab the difference between God and Delilah. God is not trying to embarrass you. See, somebody say, well, Pastor, see, the problem is, why would you cover it? He's covering it because he's going to deal you and him with it. No, covering is not condoning it. See, I don't want you to run out of here, because I see 5 or 6 brothers saying, see, now that's what I'm talking about. When I messed up, she should have just covered me. No. You cover not to condone, but you cover because we're going to deal with it, but I'm not trying to bust you out. Because when there's real love, the Bible says it covers a multitude. Okay, I'm not seeing this. Y'all ain't seeing it. He says, when Noah woke up from his wine, he discovered what his youngest son, that's Ham, had done to him. And he said, cursed be Canaan. That is his son. Ham's son is Canaan. This is where whites tried to say people of color are cursed. Now, written here, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. They say Ham is the black child, Shem is the white, and Japheth is the mix. And we curse. No. I want you to understand the principle here. The principle behind the curse, you're cursed when you don't cover. Okay, you missed what I just said. Watch this, because a lot of times we don't cover, please hear me now, because we have a spirit on us, that Delilah spirit, where we're trying to show somebody up. And y'all have heard me say this before, hurt people hurt people. And so since you've been hurt, since you've been put out there, this is your chance to cover, but you don't cover, you uncover. Because you ain't just trying to say me and the brother ain't together no more, me and the sister ain't together no more. You trying to mess them up long term. Because your feelings with her, I'm bust a window. Y'all not seeing. So the curse is about covering. So as a church, we got to learn. Please do not run out of here, because I hear some people listening to me saying that covering is dangerous because it's stepping so close to condoning. It is not condoning foolishness. Covering is, I'm not trying to expose you, but we gonna deal with the real issue. Exposing you does not. Y'all not seeing this. Okay, let's. Can I give you a little more? Proverbs 17:9. There it is. One who seeks love conceals, covers an offense. One who seeks love conceals or covers an offense, but one who repeats it. one who tells it. Bible says that Delilah's spirit is the accuser of the brethren. He's trying to tell it on us. Okay, y'all not seeing this. Delilah is trying to embarrass you. That's why you can't dismiss Delilah. Some of us then slept with Delilah. Some of us married Delilah. So y'all not saying nothing up here. Now remember, Delilah ain't male or female, because I see some women. Why y'all say Delilah? You missed the first part of the lesson. Delilah is not male or female, it's a spirit. So when I say you slept with Delilah, Delilah could have been the man. I don't know who it is. I'm just telling you that spirit, number one, I'm trying to see. Remember that spirit, it's about not just uncovering you, but the first thing we said, you got to be careful with that spirit. What did we say the first thing?
Research.
It's studying you.
Come on now.
For a reason. It ain't just studying for a grade, it's studying for a reason. Because he wants to bring you down. He's a thief. He's not a robber. A robber do it right while you're looking. A thief studies for a while. A thief researches that thing. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Judges 16, 19 through 21. I want you to see this. Watch this. She got him to fall asleep with his head on her lap. Then she called a man, and had him shave off the 7 braids of Samson's hair. Don't run by him. All before she really knew the secret. She called everybody in. But when she knew she had him, I don't need but one man for that. Y'all not seeing this. When the devil research you, when the devil embarrass you and reveal you, the devil say you self-check. Y'all not saying amen. I don't need to send out no army. I don't need to send out a bunch of imps. I got this. He easy. She easy. This ain't gonna be no problem. I know what make them tick. I know what I can do and get them pissed off. I know what I can do and their temper go up. I know what I can do and their blood pressure go up. And when all of that happened, he said, I just need one man for this job. You know you weak when one man can handle. Y'all not seeing this. When you're a real person, if you're a fighter and you just let one person take you out, you're weak. Okay, I ain't got no brothers in here. Brothers, if you're a real man, don't let no one man take you out. You better come back and the report ought to be, I lost, but it was 3 of them Negroes. Okay, y'all not seeing this. Don't let no one thing bring you down. Y'all not seeing this. If you're a woman, don't let no one issue take you down. You better let the report be, it's 5 things hit me, Pastor, and I just couldn't have, but not just one little thing. He began, there it is, to weaken. And his strength left him. She called out, Samson, the Philistines are on you. He woke up from his sleep and he thought, I'll escape just like the other times and shake myself free. But he didn't realize that the Lord so the Philistines captured him. Watch this. They didn't kill him. Because remember, they're about the reveal. They put out his eyes and took him down to Gaza. They bound him up with bronze chains and he worked the grinding mill in the prison. The devil, that Delilah spirit, is trying to punk you. Y'all not seeing this. You would have thought they would have took him out, but they revealed because they want others to see we got him. And somebody say researched. Say reveal. I don't want to lie and just lie about the story. Sister got paid. Okay, y'all not gonna say amen. This is not gonna go over well with my crowd because I'm just being straight up about Delilah. If I got some Delilahs in here, y'all not gonna say amen. Make certain you at least get yourself. Okay, I ain't got nobody want to help with me. I know I wasn't gonna win nobody. You say, Pastor, I'm just saying, if you're gonna be Delilah, at least get yourself. Don't be Delilah and come up in here talking about he ain't take care of Nan bill. Y'all know my thing, a 2-piece Popeyes dinner. Negro can't even get white meat. You got to get the dark meat special. And now you is eating. You know you ain't like dark meat. You know you wanted that breast. You know you wanted that wing. If you gonna be Delilah, at least get yourself. Let somebody say rewarded. Let's see it. I'm just judging you. Matthew 26 verses 14 through 15. Then one of the 12, I want you to see it, who was called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, what will you give me if I turn Jesus over to you? They paid him 30 pieces of silver. Next one, Matthew 27, 3 through 5. When Judas, who betrayed Jesus, saw that Jesus was condemned to die, he felt deep regret. Delilah only regrets when Delilah get caught. Okay, y'all don't want to see it. I'm just telling you. He returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders. And next verse, and said, I did wrong because I betrayed an innocent man. But they said, what's that to us? That's your problem. Verse 5, Judas threw the silver pieces into the temple and left. Then he went and hanged himself. Delilah's spirit is rewarded, but it never pays off. Okay, y'all, boy, I'm trying to preach better than y'all helping me this morning. I say Delilah is rewarded, but really, ultimately, it never pays off. I'm in the Bible. The Bible says sin in and of itself is pleasurable for a season. But the wages, the reward is one thing, but the wages of sin is death. Let's take a look at it. Judges 16, verse 18. When Delilah realized that he had told her his whole secret, she sent word to the rulers of Philistines, and she said, come one more time, for he has told me his whole secret. The rulers of the Philistines came up to her and brought the silver. Look at somebody say, she was rewarded. No, they told her, if you do this, we're going to give you the silver. And listen, when they came, they brought the silver. I'm done for today. Watch this. Watch this. I want you to grab this. I said that spirit of Delilah is researched. I said that spirit of Delilah wants to reveal some things about you. And I even went ahead and admitted that spirit of Delilah looks like it's going to be rewarded. But look at somebody and say, I can repent. I'm done when I read you one verse, and this is where you really can just get your shout on. I'm not going to preach it. Just let's look at it real quick, y'all. Hebrews 11, 32 through 34. What more can I say? This is the hall of faith, y'all. I would run out of time if I told you about Gideon, about Barak, and oh my God, how did Samson get into the hall of faith? Jephthah, David. Samson is with David. Samson is with Samuel. And the prophets through faith. That's what they did. Conquered kingdoms. Brought about justice. justice, realize promises, shut the mouths of lions. Next verse. Put out raging fires, escape from the edge of the sword, found strength in their weakness, were mighty in war and routed foreign armies. Judges, this is why he made it, 16 and 22. But the hair on his head began to grow again. You missed your shot. Right after. I wish y'all would grab. It said right after. So what I'm telling you this morning is that even though you have made some mistakes, even though you made some bad decisions, even though you laid up with Delilah, even though she researched you, even